In Germany, wild boars are becoming an increasing nightmare for both farmers and local residents. From destroying crop fields and vineyards to breaking fences and causing traffic accidents, the damage is widespread and costly, with nationwide losses estimated to exceed $500 million in 2025. In heavily affected areas like Bavaria, some farms face repair costs of up to $30,000, while suburban neighborhoods are struggling with destroyed gardens and rising insurance claims. With the devastating destruction caused by wild boars, do people here have an effective way to stop this chaos? Let's find out in this video. As wild boar numbers continue to rise across Germany, many landowners and wildlife managers have adopted dog-assisted gun hunting as a fast and effective solution. This method focuses on speed, coordination, and mobility. Hunters work with dogs to locate and flush wild boars from thick vegetation such as forests, bushes, and reed beds, places where, without dogs, they would be difficult to detect. When the wild boars are driven into open areas, hunters use shotguns to take quick and accurate shots. This method is especially useful in rugged, forested areas where other methods are often ineffective.
You got him? Yeah. Rough on me. Yeah, but
Specially trained dogs play an important role in this operation. Breeds such as the Deutscher Wachtelhund, Bavarian Mountain Hound, or Hanoverian Scent Hound are highly valued for their strong tracking instincts and endurance. These dogs are trained to scent wild boars, pursue them through rough terrain, and drive them toward open areas where hunters are waiting. In many cases, the dogs do not engage directly but bark continuously to force the wild boars to move and reveal their location. In more aggressive situations, catch dogs which have the function of holding the animal in place may be used, but only under close supervision to ensure safety.
Bad stuff.
We're about to send the heat home.
Once the wild boars are flushed out, hunters positioned strategically along trails or open areas must act quickly and decisively. Rifles using large calibers such as .308 Winchester, .30-06 Springfield, or 7x64mm are commonly used due to their power and accuracy.
Verstandig.
Shots are often taken at close to medium range, requiring quick reflexes and precise aim, especially since wild boars are fast, unpredictable, and can be dangerous when cornered. To ensure safety and coordination, hunters usually work in small teams and use radios or hand signals to communicate during the drive.
Good shot, Chad.
This method, locally known as organized hunting or group hunting, is not only a traditional activity in many regions of Germany but also a regulated event often organized by hunting associations. This method offers several advantages, rapidly reducing wild boar numbers, helping manage wildlife across a broader territory, and allowing for selective harvesting. However, it also requires more manpower, experienced handlers, and catch dogs. When done properly, hunting with guns and dogs becomes a powerful tool, especially when traps alone cannot keep up with the scale of wild boar invasions. Another widely used method in Germany to control wild boars is trap hunting. Unlike rifle hunting, which often requires time, precision, and multiple outings to achieve results, traps can eliminate entire herds of wild boars, known as altimeters, in just one night. This method helps reduce labor and fuel costs, limits risk to hunters, and provides a consistent approach to population management without sacrificing effectiveness. The most widely used trap in Germany is the corral trap, a large, sturdy enclosure made from steel livestock panels arranged in a circular or rectangular shape. These traps are designed to catch multiple animals at once and are usually equipped with a drop gate or saloon-style entry that allows boars in but prevents escape. Many modern setups are upgraded with remote control gate systems, allowing users to monitor activity via surveillance cameras and only trigger the gate from a smartphone when the entire group has entered. This prevents educating the rest of the boars, which often happens when only one or two are caught and the others escape. Success in trap hunting depends heavily on the baiting process, which begins several days before the trap is actually set. Bait such as fermented corn, ground grain, or sweet fruit is placed inside and around the trap to get wild boars accustomed to feeding there without fear. This pre-baiting phase is critical, as it builds trust and encourages the whole group to enter the trap together. Hunters carefully observe the wild boar's behavior using motion-activated cameras, waiting for the moment when the full altimeter is regularly feeding inside. Only then is the trap armed and the gate mechanism triggered by a manual or remote system. Once the gate drops, the wild boars are confined and cannot escape. Handling them requires caution, as trapped wild boars can be extremely aggressive and dangerous. In most cases, they are humanely dispatched using firearms under strict safety guidelines. In areas with strict wildlife regulations, captured animals may be reported or turned over to authorities. Although the initial construction of traps requires some investment, usually between €1,000 and €2,500, the ability to repeatedly catch large numbers of boars makes this a worthwhile long-term solution. In fact, many German farmers have found that properly placed corral traps can outperform other methods when it comes to large-scale population reduction. Each method has its own strengths, but which one would you choose if faced with a real wild boar invasion? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about invasive species and the fight against them. In Colorado, black bear encounters have become a serious and costly issue, with over 4,000 incidents reported in 2023 alone. Bears have broken into cabins, destroyed chicken coops, raided dumpsters, and even entered vehicles, causing property damage estimated at more than $1.1 million statewide. From mountain towns like Estes Park to neighborhoods near Boulder, residents are facing repeated damages, sleepless nights, and rising insurance claims. With millions already lost in 2025, these conflicts are no longer rare surprises, they have become ongoing struggles. So how can Colorado communities reduce the problems that give people here headaches every year? Stay with us as we explore in this video. Hunting black bears with guns is one of the most rewarding and demanding big game pursuits in North America. It combines patience, precision, and a deep understanding of bear behavior. Whether you're stalking through remote forests or wading in a blind, each hunt requires detailed planning and smart execution. But before even thinking about pulling the trigger, every hunter must begin with proper preparation, especially ensuring all legal requirements are met.
There.
To legally hunt black bears, you must have a valid hunting license and bear tag. In many states like Colorado, you also need proof of hunter education certification. Regulations may vary, some allow baiting or hunting with hounds, while others prohibit both. That's why studying the laws in your specific hunting zone is critical. Bear seasons usually occur in spring or fall, and knowing the bear's habits during those times, like feeding heavily before hibernation, can help you predict movement and increase your odds of success. When it comes to firearms, choosing the right gun and ammunition is extremely important. While the .30-06 Springfield is considered a reliable minimum, many experienced hunters opt for more powerful calibers like the .300 Win Mag or .45-70 Government. These offer greater stopping power and deeper penetration, which is crucial given a bear's dense bones, thick hide, and heavy fat layer. The bullet itself matters too. Use premium bonded or all-copper rounds designed for controlled expansion. Combine that with a high-quality scope that performs in low-light conditions, and you'll be ready for the split-second decisions the hunt demands. Shot placement is the most critical factor in a successful and ethical bear hunt. The ideal target is a broadside shot, aiming just behind the bear's front shoulder, 1/3 up from its belly. This hits the heart and lungs, ensuring a quick, humane kill. A bear hit too far back may travel a long distance before dying, and poor shots can lead to unnecessary suffering or dangerous follow-up encounters. That's why every bear hunter should practice regularly from kneeling, sitting, or offhand positions, not just from a bench rest. Tracking a wounded bear is where many hunts shift from thrilling to tense. Unlike other animals, bears don't always leave a clear blood trail. Their thick fur and fat can absorb bleeding, and they often head into dense cover after being hit. Look for disturbed ground, snapped branches, and blood on vegetation. Always approach a downed bear with caution, ensuring it is fully expired before getting close. Some hunters carry a backup sidearm for added safety in these situations because a wounded bear can be unpredictable and dangerous. Finally, field dressing a black bear must be done carefully and thoroughly, especially in warm weather to avoid meat spoilage.
Come on, Duke.
Bear meat is excellent but must be cooked well due to the risk of trichinosis. The hide and skull, often required for reporting, should be properly preserved for taxidermy or tagging. And don't forget, most states require reporting the harvest within 24 to 72 hours, sometimes including submitting a tooth or skull for biological research. A true bear hunter doesn't just shoot the bear, they respect the animal, the law, and the legacy of the hunt.
Shoot again.
So do you think hunting with guns is a method that's not only effective but also reduces public anxiety? If you found this content valuable, please like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next exciting videos. In rural Maharashtra, especially in districts like Nashik and Pune, wild leopards are causing serious problems for farming communities. In 2025, over 350 livestock have been killed, resulting in an estimated loss of $60,000, a heavy burden for families living off the land. In Vadgaon, one leopard attack wiped out 6 goats in a single night, while villages like Igatpuri are spending hundreds of dollars per farm just to keep predators away. With attacks increasing and costs rising, how can we reduce the problems that give people here headaches year after year? Let's explore together in this video. A leopard is an extremely dangerous animal. It can lunge at you and tear you apart in less than 3 seconds. The safest way to hunt this species is by using a gun. Hunting leopards with a rifle is not only a test of precision, patience, and courage, but is also considered one of the most challenging and dangerous hunts in Africa. Unlike prey that roam openly in herds, leopards are secretive, solitary, and prefer dense cover, making encounters in the wild a rare and intense experience. For hunters, this is not only about shooting skills but also about understanding behavior, timing, and terrain. Every step of the process, from scouting to shooting, requires a combination of jungle knowledge, discipline, and careful planning to ensure both success and safety. The first stage of any leopard hunt is legal and logistical preparation. Since leopards are protected under international law, only a limited number of hunting permits are issued each year in countries like Namibia, Zimbabwe, and Tanzania. These permits are issued under strict quotas and typically require coordination with a licensed outfitter and a professional hunter. Without these legal frameworks, any leopard hunting would be illegal and could result in heavy fines or imprisonment. Ethical hunters understand that this process is necessary to ensure that hunting is managed and conservation-based. Once the paperwork is completed, the actual hunt begins with scouting and sign tracking. Leopards are territorial animals and tend to patrol specific areas repeatedly, leaving behind clear signs such as paw prints, claw marks on tree trunks, and scat. In the early morning, local trackers and professional hunters scour dry riverbeds, forest edges, and rocky outcrops for recent activity. The goal is to locate a male leopard, often the only legal target, and determine its path. This process is not quick. It can take several days, sometimes over a week, before enough evidence confirms the presence of a huntable leopard. choosing the right gun is another important part of leopard hunting. While leopards are not as large as lions or buffalo, they are extremely agile and very dangerous when wounded. Most hunters use bolt-action rifles chambered in calibers like .308, .30-06, or .300 Win Mag, famous for accuracy and stopping power. Some prefer heavier rounds like .375 HNH for added safety. A low-power scope with an illuminated reticle is ideal for low-light conditions, and the ammunition must be soft-point or bonded bullets designed for rapid expansion and efficient energy transfer. The shot itself must be precise and deliberate, ideally aimed at the shoulder or just behind it to ensure a quick and humane kill. At this stage, a blind is constructed. This is a small, camouflage shelter built 20 to 60 yards from the bait, positioned downwind to avoid detection. The blind must be quiet, scent free, and offer a clear view of the bait. Typically made from natural materials or canvas, it accommodates the hunter, guide, and sometimes a cameraman or tracker. Inside, silence is key. Hunters may sit for hours, sometimes multiple nights in a row, waiting for the right moment. Most leopards feed at dawn or dusk, so hunts usually take place during low-light hours, making patience and preparation essential. But even with careful planning, not every shot is perfect. If a leopard is wounded, the most dangerous part of the hunt begins tracking. A wounded leopard will often retreat into thick brush or rocky terrain and lie in wait for its pursuers. This is when things get dangerous. Tracking teams, led by the professional hunter and local guides, proceed slowly and with backup rifles ready. These moments are filled with tension, the leopard may charge without warning, and shots must be taken quickly and accurately. Many professional hunters consider this the true test of courage and experience, and unfortunately, history has recorded several hunters who did not survive. Finally, if the hunt is successful, the leopard is skinned and preserved under strict trophy regulations. Authorities document the hunt, sometimes take DNA samples, and the trophy is tagged and exported with permits. In total, a leopard hunt can take up to 10 to 14 days, combining legality, strategy, and field skill. For those who pursue it ethically and legally, it's not just a trophy on the wall, but a profound experience of hunting one of Africa's most intelligent and elusive predators. And in the eyes of conservationists, properly managed hunting can contribute to local economies and wildlife management so long as it is conducted with transparency and care. So do you think this method is truly effective in controlling such a dangerous animal? Let us know your answer in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more intense hunts right here on our channel.